Good evening, I'm Anna D'Angelo. Elation turns into an emergency when a railing collapses in a bleacher tonight at AT&T Park. It came at the end of a high school championship game between two longtime San Francisco rivals. Don Abb is at AT&T Park with details on the injuries. Don.
And what it appears to be is a lot of enthusiasm on the part of SI fans when their team beat Sacred Heart tonight for the championship. CBS 5 photographer, sports photographer and reporter Anthony Catchatoorian was very close to the scene, and here's what happened. Take a look. Now, as we understand it from talking to people who were at the game tonight, the team won, SI won. There was an award ceremony in the middle of the field. They went to the award ceremony, and then after the ceremony, took off their helmets, saluted the fans, and then sprinted towards the stands where the fans were. This is a temporary bleachers out there in the center field. The fans pressed against the front of the bleachers gave way, and some fans fell to the ground. There was a drop of perhaps 5, 6, 7 feet there. Here are a couple of the people who were actually in the stands, students at SI, and they're telling us exactly how it looked from where they were.
Well, like everyone, all the cheers were
rushed from behind us,
yeah,
behind the gate, and then felt it breaking loose, and then it's the last I really saw of it.
Over until everyone like fell over.
I think this was the worst of it. One of the football players was probably the worst.
Yeah.
And you guys, any bumps and bruises? Everything okay?
My elbow's a little messed up.
I fell on my bottom.
Well, they're laughing about it, so they couldn't have been hurt too bad. We don't know the extent of all the injuries, but maybe 4 or 5 people were injured somewhat. We'll find out later exactly how bad, but we think most of those folks got out okay. Now, CBS 5 will have more of this on the sports show coming up a little bit later in the program. Reporting live in San Francisco, Don Abb, CBS 5.
And good evening, I'm Anna D'Angelo. We begin with breaking news. Several people hurt at AT&T Park when a rail gives way in the excitement after a championship high school football game. It happened just a short time ago. Don Abb is there. Don, what happened?
And well, it was the awards ceremony right after the game. Apparently, SI had won over Sacred Heart. It was the championship. SI had been in the middle of the field. They were getting their trophy. And after that, they walked towards the center field stands where the SI fans were. And at that point, the fans bunched up against the railing. And here's what happened. Take a look at the video. So apparently what's happened is after the game, it's traditional, when SI finishes the game, they take their helmets off, salute the fans, and then walk over and they sing a song. Well, as the team got closer to the bleachers, the people bunched up and they fell off the stands. We understand those stands were about 5 to 7 feet off the ground, that front part, the low part of the stands, and when those people came down, they fell a little bit of a distance. Maybe 4 or 5 people were injured. There were some medics out on the field attending to the people. We talked to some people coming out of the game, and they told us, they said, well, it didn't look like they were hurt too seriously, but they were hurt and they were getting some attention. Some were being taken off the field. So I think the good news is not many people involved. The other news is it doesn't look like they were hurt too much, and the stands did not collapse, but a railing did give way and some people came down to the ground. So it looks like the folks will be okay. We don't know for sure. We'll have more for this for you later this evening. Ann?
And Don, at this point, has everybody left from the game, or are there still people there being treated?
I can't tell you yet because I don't know, Ann, but most of the people from the game have left. Just a few minutes ago, there were people coming out of the game, including CBS 5's Kate Kelly, who stopped and talked with me a little bit about what happened. Her son saw quite a bit. Matt was telling us exactly what he thought he saw happen, and it did not look like to him that people were hurt seriously, but they did fall. They were on the ground, maybe 4 or 5 people, and they were being attended to by medics.
Yes, terrible to watch. All right, Don Abb at AT&T Park, thank you very much.
Sure.